Your truth is your truth. But, like, you guys are lying. Conventionally attractive. It's your baby. In the flesh. Okay.
What just happened?
Hey, it's Nadia. Thank you for coming back to hang out in another video. We are at 1,500 subs, maybe more than that right now. I know I keep starting these videos off like this, but it's still blowing my mind. So thank you all for growing this channel. I'm excited for the video today, so let's get into it.
What the?
This is important, right? Because when a fat person exists without shame, you shatter the delusion for thin people and fat people alike, anybody that consumes your content, that they will get the cookie of relinquishing the shame they feel about themselves if they continue to be thin. By existing, you are shattering the illusion, right? Defeating this huge lie, this huge beast in their lives, that if they externalize a perfect self, meaning thin, Eurocentric, whatever the beauty standard may be, that they will no longer be filled with shame. By just existing, you're doing that.
Yeah, well, you know, that's just like your opinion, man.
And the problem with that is that it creates a cognitive dissonance that presents itself as anger. And this anger presents itself as them in your comment section saying, obesity is an epidemic. This is a bad image for young people. What about your health?
At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought.
I had to clip this because there was a lot more of her explaining this perspective of hers. For anyone who wasn't sure, an easy way to explain cognitive dissonance would be, imagine that you consider yourself an environmentalist and then you interact with someone who challenges you on why you don't have a reusable water bottle if you care so much about the environment. The immediate reaction is preservation of identity and self. So we have a number of options to achieve this, and one of them is definitely anger. Another is we can justify our behavior by delegitimizing the ask, which could look something like asking a large person who's advocating for fatness a question like, hey, all my life I've been taught that being extremely overweight isn't healthy. Why are you telling me it is? And that person responding with something like, how dare you come into my comments and assume you know anything about my health? So now the ask has been ignored, the asker is being attacked, and the conversation has remained stagnant.
So the reason the weight loss journeys are fatphobic is because when you put something like a change in your weight in the frame of a journey or a progression or, an accomplishment, like you go from A to B, then you're inherently saying that the thing that you started at was worse than what you are at now. Like, if you're progressing from point A to point B, then you're saying that A is desirable, A being the thinness, that's more desirable than where you were, the fatness. And that is fatphobic because you're saying that being fat is worse than being skinny.
People are allowed to want their bodies to look how they want them to look. It's not a personal attack on anyone else's lifestyle or body. Fatphobic isn't some neutral term used in the community. I still don't understand all the ways that it can be used, but someone calling you fatphobic isn't the same as someone pointing out your hair color. It's meant to be an insult a lot of times. So I don't understand why it's okay to insult people for getting fit, choosing healthy foods, whatever, but even just stating that you don't think being overweight is healthy is harassment.
It really bothers me when fat people get this question, who wants to be oppressed? That's just a Republican talking point. It's null, it's void, nada. I love going into the doctor for any sickness, any ailment, and having it be either attributed to my gender or my weight or both. It's usually weight. We don't want to be denied surgeries. We don't want to be denied medical care. We don't want people harassing us on the street. We don't want people hooking up with us just so it can be an inside joke with their friends. We don't want to be harassed online. We don't want to have no clothing options. It isn't that fat people want to be oppressed. It's that we are, and we're not going to shut up about it because we want it to change. We want to stop being oppressed. Just because you don't see it from your privileged point of view doesn't mean it's not happening.
A few of us have talked about this in the comments, the idea of reaching so far for oppression currency. I'm glad we're not the only people feeling that way. I want to hit a few of these points. The main one that frustrates me is the access to healthcare argument. We all have to trust strangers who are at work to take care of us in life-preserving ways. Think about how you usually feel when you're at work. A title like doctor or nurse doesn't eliminate natural human behaviors like getting bored, distracted, assuming things, whatever. We're gonna have all the normal human errors that you would expect from any other job. Our healthcare system is strained. Fat people are not the only ones struggling to find quality healthcare. As for clothing options, I don't consider that oppression, and companies want our money, so I feel confident in the next 5 years there's going to be a lot more plus-size options, and it's not because those companies care that their clothing is liberating fatness. Nobody wants to be bullied in real life or online. Lots of people still are. It's not just fat people.
It's no big deal. It's no big deal. This is no big deal.
She captioned this something like doing an experiment, going to see the difference in the comment section. So we are all part of this experiment now, and I will update with the final results once they're in. Her predictions are that the comment section is going to be filled with bullies, and that it's going to be framed around fat phobia, I'm sure. Never mind that the words in the background track are saying, this is no big deal, this is no big deal. And the one girl is representing a more normative body size, while the other girl is representing something a lot of people would define as a big deal. So my prediction is that factor will be completely ignored, and the results of her experiment will be used to further self-confirm that the world is actively against her.
Conventionally attractive is such a weird term. Like, fat phobia has really messed up our minds because, like, if you're fat, like, you literally cannot be conceived as conventionally attractive. And it's just, like, really destabilizing, but also sort of, like, funny in a messed up way, because I'm like, what about me is not conventionally attractive besides the fact that I'm fat? Like, I'm sorry. Hold on. I'm not, like, really in a cute outfit today, but, like, what is not conventionally attractive? Like, clock the face, clock the bod. Like, what is wrong? Like, you're really gonna say, like, you're fat and therefore you have no access to, like, the rest of beauty?
Come on, who said that?
Girl, like, you are missing out on me. Like, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Like, stop. Like, what about this is not conventionally attractive? Like,
Can you explain how pretty you are to a blind man?
y'all are f***ed up. You really are not conventionally attractive. Like, I'm sorry. I mean, everybody is beautiful. Like, that is true. and also, like, none of this makes sense, you know? Your truth is your truth. But, like, you guys are lying. Conventionally attractive. It's your baby. In the flesh. Okay.
What just happened?
Okay, for starters, I thought about recreating this video just to demonstrate how weird the entire premise of positioning yourself in front of a bunch of strangers and asserting how conventionally attractive you are really is. I was cracking up just picturing anyone I knew in real life making a video like this. The world doesn't owe anyone attraction, and I couldn't pick up anything other than that being the message here. If you don't find me conventionally attractive, then you're wrong. I don't know. I wish I had self-esteem like this, but I still think anyone doing this is a strange thing to behold. There's a difference in self-love and demanding that the world must love you the way that you love you.
Mirror, mirror that I see, is there anyone fairer than me? You know what your answer had better be.
Thank you so much for coming to hang out on another video. Let me know what you thought about everything down below. I hope everyone is really remembering to take a little bit of time each day for self-care, whatever that looks like for you. I keep forgetting, so reminding you reminds me as well. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.